being that this channel heavily focuses on the 0304 Terminator, I wanted to bring to light some of the other channels that really good Cobra channels in general. And I wanted to start this out by channels that I started watching before I bought my Cobra, the ones that like really inspired me to keep the drive going to try to purchase one of these cars. And then I'm going to go over other channels that I found along the way. Now, of course, this doesn't cover every single Terminator Cobra channel on YouTube. There is some criteria that I use for this. Number one, if I don't know the channel exists, obviously it's not on the list. Another reason too is if I generally don't like the creator or their videos, even though they're focused around the 0304 Cobra, they are not on the list. Also, if they do have a channel about the Cobra, but they upload about every 4 months, this is more focused for more regular uploaded content. Also, at the very end of the video, I'm going to have a few honorable mention channels. These are ones that don't necessarily cover Cobra content. They are automotive channels, but they are also extremely good YouTube channels to watch if you're not aware of them. So I definitely want to give them their place in this video at the end of it. Starting out with the channels that I started to watch before I purchased my Cobra is, of course, Mustang Lifestyle. I'm sure many of you are very familiar with Andrew's channel, and at the time he had his Redfire Cobra, and that's, you know, one of the channels that I watched a lot because of that car. Unfortunately, he does not have that car anymore. He still does have a Terminator Cobra, but it's kind of like a Frankenstein Cobra at this point. Has an automatic with a Coyote swap, and it's with a solid rear axle, so it's still technically, yes, a Terminator, but it's kind of lost its heart and soul as far as being what the 0304 Cobra really is. But beyond that, it's still just a great channel to watch. Another one of the early channels that I started watching was Justin SVT. I'm sure many of you are familiar with his channel. A lot of great Mustang stories on here, and just a lot of good general Mustang knowledge overall. This is a channel that I started watching early on, still watch to this day. His content has been very good over the years, and I just really enjoy watching this channel and watching the builds on his cars other than his Cobra, and just a really great channel to, you know, sit down and watch the other Mustang stories on and stuff like that. And of course, how lost would all of us be without Danny Johnson's Garage? I've watched so many of his videos on how-tos with the Terminator Cobra, the little ins and outs, even things that I haven't done on my Cobra or was looking to do at some point. I've watched the videos anyway just to gain more general knowledge on these cars. And he has so many how-to videos focused around this car that this channel truly is a godsend for anyone that's looking to do any work or to gain any knowledge on these cars. There really isn't enough appreciation that can be expressed for Danny Johnson and the channel that he's created and all the help and how-tos that he's done for the Cobra community over the years. Now this brings up the last channel that I have for the channels that I started watching before I bought my Cobra. This is Jaeger Wrenchen, and this channel gives me much joy and much sadness at the same time. Chad no longer uploads videos on his competition orange Cobra. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful Cobra, and he is an absolute wealth of knowledge when it comes to these cars. He's had so many videos that are so in-depth, and you gain so much knowledge just from watching them. But the sad part is that he doesn't upload hardly any videos at all anymore, and he hasn't done a Cobra video in a couple of years. But Chad's a really good, personable guy. I chatted with him a little bit through Instagram, and just a really great guy. So if you haven't watched any of his videos and you're looking for a different Cobra channel to watch, I would highly recommend checking his channel out. Even though all of his videos are a little bit older, they're still very, very relevant. I really wish Chad still uploaded videos on his Cobra. You know, it's unfortunate, but you know, this channel goes down as one of my most favorite Terminator Cobra focused channels that I've ever come across. So it's just sad that he doesn't upload anymore, but doesn't mean you still can't go and check his videos out. They're still really, really good to watch. Technically, I started watching Kyle SVT before I bought my Cobra, but I'm kind of throwing him in the more current category just because I needed more channels to fill out this category. But Kyle has a great channel. He does focus a lot on his Jeep builds, which is still great. I love watching the builds on the multiple Jeeps that he has, but he still has some good Cobra content from time to time. And overall, it's just a really good channel to watch. And it's a torch red Terminator, so of course I had to throw it in. Continuing the trend of torch red Terminators, because they are the fastest color as proven by science, we have Lost Car 5.0 has a very beautiful 10th anniversary Cobra, and he has a lot of great videos on his Cobra. He's done long tubes on it, a lot of other mods on it. Just a really, really clean Cobra and a really good channel to watch. I've been watching him for probably a year and a half, almost 2 years now, and I really enjoy it. I wish he would upload more. That would be cool, but I enjoy any video that he does put out. It is a real good channel to watch, and can't say enough about how nice his Cobra is, and I wish mine was that clean, but maybe someday. Up next is Cobra, also known as Adam SVT. He recently changed all of his Cobra content over to this channel. It used to be on the Adam SVT channel, but he has a lot of good videos on his Oxford White convertible. Really, really nice car. I've been watching him probably for about the same amount of time, probably a year and a half, close to 2 years now. I found this channel after purchasing my Cobra, and another Cobra in the Northeast area. Very, very clean car. A lot of good informative videos that he does too, so another great channel to watch if you don't happen to be familiar with it already. The MG channel is another great channel that I like to watch. He bought his Cobra about the same time that I got mine. He got his just a little bit before mine, but it's been relatively about the same time frame as far as ownership goes. He has a really nice ported Eden that's been pulleyed. Just a really good, solid build car, and does a lot of other cool videos too surrounding his Cobra and other cars too. And I've always been a little envious of him because he has that really nice southern weather, so he does get to enjoy his car much more year-round than I do up here in the Northeast. Now this brings us to the honorable mentions category. These are channels that I really, really enjoy watching. They may not have a lot of Terminator Cobra content or none at all, but there are ones that I definitely wanted to mention. And the first one being Paul DeFox. He does have a convertible 0304 Cobra, but he focuses heavily on Fox bodies and Fox body builds. And he has got a really, really nasty turbo Fox body that we'll see a lot more drag racing on in 2023, as a build just got finished up late this year, and basically a few shakedown runs on it at the track. But really, really good channel to watch. I've talked with Paul quite a bit. He has a lot of good live streams, and he's helped me out along the way with a lot of rough spots I had when it comes to dealing with YouTube and stuff like that. So if you're not a watcher of Paul DeFox, I highly recommend it. Up next, I'd like to talk about Rated R cars. This comes with a little caveat with it. You have to have a really good sense of humor to watch this channel. Brian is very, very entertaining, and you have to know how to take a joke because he jokes around a lot, and some people might get offended, but it's all in good fun. He did previously have a GT350. He no longer has that car, but he is planning on buying one of the new Mustang S650s. He does a lot of motorcycle content, which I enjoy, and just really, really funny channel. A lot of good general Mustang content. So if you don't watch Rated R cars, I highly recommend checking out a few of his videos, and at the very least, I'm sure you'll get a really good laugh out of it as well. Fivo is a really cool channel because he does have an Oxford White 0304 Cobra, but it needs an engine replacement, which he is working on. I've poked him a few times about, start doing some videos on the Cobra. He also has a Celine Fox body that is in the process of being rebuilt. It's all in parts and pieces now, but someday it will be a whole car, we hope. But this is a really good channel to watch too. Now, rounding out the honorable mentions category is Jason Andrews, the All-American driver. He has so much good content on this channel. He has an F-150 Raptor, GT350R, and a Honda S2000. The Honda and the Shelby GT350R are both tracked quite a bit. It's got a lot of track videos, just a lot of really cool videos in general. And ever since I started watching this channel, it's always been one of my favorite channels. And I think I remember telling him a while ago, I said that if I had to limit my YouTube channel watching down to 5 channels, he would definitely make the cut because he's just an all-around really good guy, and I just really enjoy watching his videos. So whenever that little notification comes up and I see an All-American Driver video, it's definitely a good day, and I highly recommend checking out his channel. So that will conclude this video. I just wanted to give some recognition to the channels out there that have helped me along the way, that have kept me entertained with Cobra content before I bought mine, and the ones that continue to upload videos to this day of great Terminator Cobra content. If you think of any other great Terminator Cobra content channels, list them down below. Like I said before, there is some criteria for the ones that are left out. So I may acknowledge that that channel exists, but I may not particularly like that person in general. But I'm sure there are people out there too that don't like my channel either, but that's okay. We're all free to have our own opinions and our own thoughts. But above all else, everyone, thanks for watching.